Hey guys, what's going on? So for today's vlog, it's gonna be about one of my friends, Gabe. He's a currently an aspiring filmmaker, cinematographer. Um, he had recently dropped out of college. So I wanted to hear his story about how he figured out what he wanted to do in life, how he made certain decisions. How he became from a soccer player to a filmmaker now. So it's pretty interesting because I've been always wanting to make content like these, which help maybe whoever sees it, help whoever is trying to figure out what they want to do in their lives, figure out what they love doing. So yeah, hope you guys get a lot of value with this one. I really enjoyed making this one. Plus, it's the first time I've touched a soccer ball, so it's gonna be fun. Did you say Liam was? We picked up this guy in Toronto. He was just sitting around, and we felt bad. We gave him water. This is my boy Liam.
We brought him back.
We go to the gym often. Well, not really anymore.
Yeah,
we used to.
Yeah.
This is Gabe. This is Diego. Doesn't look like it, but he's the top G.
Today we're going to teach Jed, and any of you can learn at home how to play soccer by my 5 simple steps. Number 1, keep ups. Number 2, shooting. Number 3, dribbling. Number 4, defending. And number 5, goalkeeping. Those are the steps that Jed is gonna go through today and learn how to play soccer.
Let's go. So how did you start playing football? Like, how did you find, maybe it's just culture maybe? So how did you discover football?
Yeah, my uncle and my grandfather used to play a lot. My uncle had his own path to become a professional back in the day, and my grandpa played for my Lito played a lot of soccer when he was younger too. It was a cultural thing over in El Salvador. Of course, it's a Latin country, so
yeah,
soccer is a natural thing. But I mean, after that, I think watching it more and more with them, I got really in love. I fell infatuated with the sport, and I became in love with the sport. And watching the World Cup, 2014 World Cup, was really when I started to thought about like becoming a professional. And then from that point on, I trained a little bit, but it wasn't until I hit grade 7 is when I started really training hard, like almost every day. I used to run laps around the field. I used to come an hour before school, run laps around the field. I was never really good at the sport, but I worked really hard to get good at the sport. I still was never the best player, but I mean, I always felt like I was the hardest working player on the field. So I mean, that's something. But I mean, I continued that throughout high school, and then I kind of didn't really feel like it was going to be the rest of my life. It was very competitive, especially here in Canada. It's very competitive. You have to work extremely hard. I feel like I probably could have gotten to a semi-professional, maybe like just below MLS level if I really pushed for it. But at the end of the day, I found a different calling, and that was filmmaking, because it helped me inspire people, and that's worth more than just selfish reasons. So,
what was your main thing, like when you were, or main purpose when you were trying to pursue soccer?
I feel like it was very like, it was more like, I don't know, what was my main reason? I think my main reason was like always putting my family first. And and on top of the fact that being a professional soccer player would be a really cool job. But I felt a different calling at that point. But yeah, I think it was like just putting my family first. There's a lot of money in the sport if you get really big in the sport. But another thing, I think it was just selfish reasons. I feel like it wasn't just selfish reasons, but it was also, I felt like a little bit of it was that I was able to inspire other kids to become a professional if I shared my story, so on and so forth. But I got into filmmaking like right before COVID, and once COVID hit, that was when I kind of like took a hit on everything. So like, but I'm only slowly starting to work as hard
But take
as
this
I did.
in, you spent more time playing soccer than you did.
Of course, yeah, I did. So I have to compare it in a different light. However, I feel like for soccer, I worked a lot harder to get to where I was. Even though I wasn't the best, like in any right. Sometimes I was, sometimes I wasn't. But I feel like I haven't worked as hard yet for filmmaking. problem with me is I didn't play with people that were better than me. I played with people that were either the same level or worse, and that's a problem because if you're gonna make it in professional, you have to play with older people.
You gotta humble yourself a little
you have
bit.
To play with the hardest working people, and that will propel you to the next level, bro. Like,
fair enough.
Now, genuinely, I believe that I was. I don't know why this random thought came into my head, but I feel like I could be a professional tennis player. I don't know why, because it's solo, right? So it's just you and you, really, most of the time.
Yeah.
In soccer, it's a team sport, so you have to want to win for the team. That's the problem why I didn't succeed, because I wanted to win for me. I didn't want to win for the team. I got mad when we won tournaments. I genuinely got mad. I remember not performing well in the tournament, and I would get mad when my
you mentioned that to me.
They lifted the trophy, and I was pissed because I didn't perform well. It doesn't matter, but I didn't perform well for the team.
Basically, I was just saying the same thing. Even if we won, I would still be beating myself up if I didn't do good enough.
Yeah, and
because I just felt like I had to make a big contribution to the team.
Exactly. I feel like that's the same thing for me. But the last year I played was the year I didn't want to become professional, and that was the best year I had. Because I wasn't putting pressure on myself to perform well. The reason why I performed well, I performed the best I performed in that one season. The reason why is because I was doing filmmaking. I wanted filmmaking to be my main priority. So I was focused on that for my profession and not soccer. And so I had fun playing games. I had fun. I never had fun. That was a problem. You have to have fun.
Fair. It was a lot more hard work more than it is like.
Yeah,
you love it.
Yeah, exactly. I stressed myself so much, like working hard and not having fun, even with my friends sometimes. I worked probably too hard. I wish I didn't. Wish I took a little bit more time. Not to say that I wish I didn't work hard. I just wish I took it easy sometimes. But I mean, it's okay. I mean, I learned from it.
What do you think soccer served you?
Definitely served me the work ethic, especially now. That things have happened recently in my life. It's given me the mental strength to go through all the things I've gone through.
To just apply everything to other fields.
Like, honestly, like mental discipline. Like I would have to fucking go out in winter and train and shovel snow and set up cones and train in the fucking cold. And then vice versa, in the summer I'd have to train in the burning heat when I didn't want to, because I had to make it somehow. And the only reason to make it is to work hard. And that gave me so much mental discipline. But I mean, now it's slacked off, like I said, because of COVID and stuff.
I think everybody's affected.
Yeah, everybody's different, right?
Yeah.
But now that I've been doing a lot more things physically that have challenged me mentally and physically, I feel a lot better, and I feel like I'll be able to improve my life in a better way.
You think you'll do cinematography for life? Is it set now?
Yeah, set in stone. Like, and there's no going back. I couldn't imagine myself. I can't imagine myself doing anything else than cinematography.
How did you meet, or how did you find cinematography? Is it just always been in you?
It's always been there. It's always been there. I mean, I'd explain in the podcast that I don't know if it's released yet or not, but probably not. But
we'll do that again.
Yeah, but I mean, it's always been in the background. Like, using a camera has always been in the background. I have this camera that my dad got in like 2007. There was a picture of me from in kindergarten, my first day of kindergarten, and then I had it when I was younger, and I'd always be taking pictures randomly. I mean, and then when I started playing soccer, I like to document my soccer process, so I would use a camera on biking and other things. The camera's always been there, I just never noticed it until now, basically.
Fair. All right, thank you, bro. Appreciate the work you put in with me.